Hello, I'm Julie Rennick. I'm convener of the General Assembly's Nominations Committee. You may or may not be aware that this year's round of nominations, that is seeking people to be nominated to serve on the committees of the wider church beginning next year, has begun. As part of that, we present this video where I will be in conversation with a number of different people who have, over the last couple of years, served or are continuing to serve on some of our national committees. We hope this will give you a flavour of what serving on a committee is like, what seeking nomination feels like, and we hope that it might inspire you to put your name forward for next year's nominations, and so that you too can join us in working with the wider church and learning more about each other.
Serving at a national level gives you a number of things. It allows you to use your gifts and skills for the betterment of the church. It allows you to work with colleagues that, because we're spread across the entire country and beyond, there are very few opportunities other than in May when we can get together. These committees are great houses where people come together, where they share their ideas, where we work together and we are able to get to know one another. So there's a great joy there.
So you would definitely encourage people to be involved in the nominations process and take the plunge to put themselves forward?
I would absolutely encourage it. And one of the real reasons, I would say, as I go around the various churches talking to people, they say, I feel a bit detached, how can I get more involved? Well, wow, this is the best way in which to get involved. Sure. Join a committee, bring your skill set to the fore and really help us to develop the forward plans for the church.
And is that something that you'd consider doing again when circumstances allow, putting yourself forward?
Do you know, it's a question I have been asking myself these past few months, because having received the email about nominations a few months ago, I had started to think that maybe it was time to sign up once more following all the shifts that we've had around COVID and around the restructuring. Yes, I certainly feel inspired to apply again.
So now I'm going to point this out. You are a young person and you work, and I believe you're actually studying at university as well.
Yes.
How did you look at balancing that with actually being able to offer your time to the wider church as well?
So I think for all church attending people, church connected people, there is a desire to serve. There's a desire to serve God and to serve the church. And I am very lucky I have been able to do that in a number of ways. In my own congregation, some of the projects that I was involved with was winding down, and I had a bit of time, and I thought, I wonder if there's something else I can be doing. And that's when I saw the nominations come up and took that process. If it's something you're passionate about, which I am, it's not really a chore to factor it into, my life and to timetable it and whatnot.
We've learned so much about being able to operate in this virtual world with videos and Teams and all those sort of things, allowing us to talk to each other from great distance but from our own homes. And the working from home we've been doing within the national office has shown us that we can actually talk to anybody across the whole of Scotland from our laptop almost. So you can see going forward there's a chance here for people across all of Scotland to interact with these committees without perhaps that burden of travel they used to have.
Sure.
We wouldn't say absolutely every meeting will be held that way, because it's nice sometimes just to get together, but most of our meetings I think will be able to run that way. The other thing I would say as well is we've now, I think, are much more receptive to the fact that perhaps younger people, etc., would find it difficult to do meetings through the day. So quite a few of the meetings where younger people are coming, actually we're doing them as a mix of evening meetings as well, to allow them to interact and still do their daily work.
And you can be creative. I know that sometimes the committees of the church are seen as these sort of quite stagnant structures that have very little room for movement. I've not found that at all. I find it to be a real place where you can be creative, you can bring ideas, and you can do things that might be different and see if that has resonance in the room. So absolutely, I think people should have a look at what's out there, the different committees, the different forums, and read what they're doing, what work they're involved in, and see what could I bring to that? What gifts and skills do I have that might tick some of the boxes that are there?
Before applying, I did read about all the committees and, where can I offer my service to the church? And as you say, some meet more frequently than others. And it's just about where you feel you can serve and work that into your own life.
So we're doing the stuff on our side to try and make it more accessible for everyone. And so we're hoping then that will lead to a greater diversity of applicants and nominees this year.
Oh, we are hoping for that. and a widespread, different sorts of applications would be really, really welcomed. And that's what we're hoping to have. And try to encourage people that actually don't worry so much about that aspect of it. What we want is your engagement. And we'll try and upgrade things in the National Office as well to even make it easier for people.
Great. So we really are serious about equality and diversity and inclusion.
We are absolutely serious about all three of those things.
And you'd encourage anybody else who's thinking about it then?
Wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly. It's been such a positive experience for me. As a parish minister, what I find is that working on Mission and Discipleship Council and the associated committees has allowed me to lift my head up from the parish. And there are so many expectations on parish ministers. It's sometimes easy to feel as though you're on your own.
Sure.
So for me, it was about connecting and networking with colleagues, but also being put in touch with some of the groundbreaking ideas that are happening and some of the most inspirational workers for the church and folks that we associate with. There are some fantastic projects there.
Thanks for spending the time to watch our video. We hope that you found it inspirational. If you want to know more, you can go to the nominations website, and there you will find links to all of the different committees and a breakdown of what they do, what they're looking for, and hopefully that will inspire you. If you want an opportunity to hear some of the conveners speaking and to ask questions, we're hosting a webinar on the 17th of November, so please do follow the links from the website to sign up for that and join us on the 17th of November to chat and to hear more about serving the wider church and how much we would really love to welcome you through this year's nominations process. Thank you.